Service provider serving homeowners in
That 2 minutes 14 seconds total. I think the open should be 1 minute 14 seconds. All right, just tell me when to start it.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke Schultz Harmon and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Martinsburg versus Hedgesville here tonight on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Rivalry renewed another time here at the home of the Eagles. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. Kyler High behind the camera on TV10. John Alderton is our on-site producer, and Alec Epperson is back at the studio. Nick, last time these two teams played, it was a 39-36 contest between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. I mean, what else can you really expect from Dave Rogers and Kelly Church? Grind it out. And I made this comment to Dave Rogers here during the interview in our second segment. They managed to each score one more point than 2 years ago in the Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl, which was 38-35. We get the rematch of that on Sunday. Last time these two teams, this is a rematch of a 39-36 game between them. So that makes for a very interesting contest, and it's Martinsburg and Hedgesville, so it should always be interesting and tightly contested.
Yeah, usually. Last year, Martinsburg did come into this building and beat up on the Eagles pretty badly, but that was kind of an outlier kind of game. The next time around, Hedgesville played a little bit closer and then, of course, ended Martinsburg's season early. So you never really know what to expect when these two teams get together. You know usually it's going to be a good game. You kind of throw out the records. You throw out the maybe just the guys that are out there and don't really consider the talent levels necessarily, because you look at Martinsburg, they're the more talented team, I think, on paper. They've had 4 straight games where they've scored over 60 points, so the offense is definitely headed in the right direction for the Bulldogs. But on the Hedgesville side, it's been kind of a tough year, especially in EPAC play. They were able to get an extra win due to a forfeit from Jefferson after they were caught with an ineligible player, but that did help Hedgesville's record in the EPAC. It helps them in the EPAC standings, but from a perspective of what actually happened on the court, it was another low-scoring, tough loss for the Eagles, and overall they've had their struggles in EPAC play. So no T.D. Bodkins, it doesn't appear again tonight. They did went to overtime without him the other night against Washington, and they knocked off Southern Garrett, so they're learning to play without him, but obviously his presence down low as a 6'6" kid with some good scoring abilities, not having him on the floor is big. And, of course, going up against Martinsburg, team with a lot of length, a lot of size, the advantage for the height is now clearly on Martinsburg's side, and you're going to need some guys to step up tonight for the Eagles. So it's a good game anytime these two teams get together. I think even without Bodkins, Hedgesville's good enough on the defensive end to keep anybody down, it seems like. At least even Spring Mills was held to 49 against them, so they're not going to just slack off on the defensive end, that's for sure. The question is, will they be able to have enough offense and be able to keep the pace, especially if Martinsburg is able to get out and run and play their style of play. So it should be a fun game, Dylan.
Pre-game show is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audiovisual distribution, and more. You can call them at 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. We got so much content out of Coach Rogers and Coach Church that we're going to skip the break and go right into it so we can fit this in. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, here's coaches for both Martinsburg and Hedgesville.
We're here with Coach Rogers of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach, I want to take you back to earlier this week against Jefferson. We weren't there, able to see that one. Take us through that. You get the 63-56 win over the Cougars. How'd you feel about your team's performance in that one?
Couldn't stop Jenkins. I think he got 34 on us. Thank goodness Keyshawn got 29 to offset that a little bit. But they'll grind you. They're tough. I mean, they're just tough kids that'll grind you. We didn't have Garrett Height. He was sick that night. He's averaging about 16 a game the last 3 or 4 games. And so you take that out of your lineup, somebody else has to step up, and they did. So, we did what we had to do to win it, and to just grind it. On the road in the EPAC is tough. There's another tough one here tonight, and you just got to do what you're supposed to do to win, and we'll see what happens.
We get to this point of the season against this tough EPAC schedule, playing all these good teams from the Panhandle back-to-back like this, a couple in a week, 3 in a week. How do you keep your team on top of things, when this part of the season can be a grind and you're still a little kind of far away from the playoffs, relatively speaking, to be able to, keep them motivated and whatnot?
Well, when you look at everybody's schedule, they played 16 or 17 games and we played 10. We're just halfway through our schedule because we started so late, then we hit all that snow. So we've got 10 games to go. So we're right in the middle of it. I think they're really starting to enjoy it more. They're starting to pick up more things, feel a little more comfortable with each other. Again, we just have to prepare and play hard. And, you can't control if that ball goes in, but you can control if you're going to hustle, rebound, and play defense.
Last time you played Hedgesville at your place, grind it out sort of affair, 39-36. If I remember correctly, the Chiefs and Eagles Super Bowl 2 years ago was 38-35, so you just barely got over them. What did you take away from that one to be able to, come in here against the Eagles on their home turf tonight and try to get another one over them?
Well, we didn't shoot the ball very well. I think we're shooting a little better now. And, again, that goes night to night. But, we were down by 7 at halftime. We were down by 10 in the third quarter. I thought our press did a good job at the end when we needed the basketball. And then we hit some shots. And, some nights they fall your way, and then we hit foul shots down the stretch. So that's basically what you do. I don't like playing from behind. I'd rather be up by 20, but some nights it just doesn't happen that way.
Hedgesville's offense, TD Bodkins, can be a tough matchup for a lot of teams. Seemed like, especially in the second half of that last game, you guys were able to contain him a bit, and obviously for the whole, Hedgesville was only able to score 36 points. How do you feel about your defense going up against Hedgesville?
Well, I think Anthony Owuna has really done a great job rebounding. He's our leading rebounder. Great job defensively. He's 6'5". He's very quick. And we have put him on the best big man of any other team that we played, and I think he's done a wonderful job. And we know Botkin is a good player. He's got that step back shooter over that left shoulder and does a great job. So, I think Brown handles the ball well, and Xavier Kirk can shoot the basketball, and then they've got some other players that are coming to feed in that know their role, we just have to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. We don't want to give up that drive to the basket, nor do we want to give them layups to the basket. And they do a lot of cutting, so we have to keep that in mind.
All right, what will be that second message to the team before they come out of the locker room?
Well, just play hard and be aggressive, play together, and if you can play as a team, I think you can be successful. And, go have fun. High school sports is fun. If you're not having fun, something's wrong. So we need to have fun.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We're here with Coach Church of the Hedgesville Eagles. Coach, you guys had a hot start to the season. As you've gotten into EPAC play, it's been a little tough for you guys to get wins against the other EPAC teams so far. What do you think has been the main thing for you guys against the EPAC so far this year that you need to improve?
Well, I just wish that somewhere along the way, if they could have shortened the games to 30 minutes, we'd be great, because 3 of those losses came in the last 2 minutes of the game. So, man, it's all perspective. Obviously the EPAC's loaded. I talked to the Officials Association before the season started. They invited all the coaches to come. One of the things that I reminded them is they talk about the intensity of these games and everything else. And I said, if you really, as you're sitting here, you wouldn't want to do a state semifinal game, then when you guys talk amongst yourselves, you can't complain if you're not the guy who gets the Spring Mills Martinsburg game, because that's a state semifinal game. So the games are really, really tough. There's a lot of very, very talented players. The coaches all do a great job. And so, how different would our perspective be on our season if 1 or 2 of those games had gone differently in the last 2 minutes? Then it's like, oh my gosh, you're right there in the hunt. Man, I care a lot more about and again, I'm a competitive dude. I want to win games, man. Everybody knows that. But I care a lot more about the journey and the experience that I'm having with my kids, and I show up every day at practice, and they do too. And we have great attitudes. We all love each other, and, we'll try to get better every single day.
The strengths of your team, do you think they're still pretty much what you thought they were at the beginning of the season? I know defense is usually the calling card of your team. So where do you think you guys are at in terms of the things that, okay, we've lost some of these close games, but we're still good at these things, and that can help us. Sometimes we'll get the ball to bounce our way, and we'll get the wins to come.
Well, I think that, it's a really good question. The strength of our team is without a doubt our unity. Other people on the outside, I'll never forget. It was, I guess 3 years ago now. We had lost a couple games in a row. We ended up having to suspend a player, and he was no longer on the team. And those things happened, and social media being what it is, I go, what's going on at Hedgesville? What's the issue? What's the problem? We ended up losing by 5 or 7 to Parkersburg South in the state tournament. Other teams practice too. Other teams want to win too. Right now, and again, 2 of my friends, good friends, and they were kids when they were here. They're friends now. Ryan and Kyle are going to play each other tonight. And the only thing that I'm disappointed about in terms of me being here is I'm not able to go watch that. They're not sons, but they're certainly people that I cared for, in a father figure way. And so for us, it just becomes a little bit different, man, maybe than some other places. We understand that we're not necessarily going to have the same athletes that other teams have, or the same, and some even the skill set. So, what are our strengths? Our strength is our unity. Our strength is our kids believing in our coaching staff, believing in each other, and understanding that bigger picture-wise, if things work out, we're able to win the game, whether we do or not. At the end of the day, man, we still got each other, and that's by far, And I'm not doing coach is doing it's coach speak. The kids all like each other. We want to win games, but we played Washington, and we played without our leading scorer, and quite honestly, and again, it doesn't matter which free throw at any point. We missed 4 free throws in the last 2 minutes of the game. We missed 2 layups. You missed 4 free throws and 2 layups, and we shot a 3 when there was less than a minute left, up 5. And those aren't very intelligent things. So we can't play unintelligently. We can't do things. Hedgesville can't beat Hedgesville. There are enough people trying to do it that are pretty talented anyway. So we got to make sure we continue to focus on not beating ourselves.
All right, Martinsburg tonight, last game. You guys, it was a grinded out game. Neither team even got to 40 points. What did you take away from that one, and what do you think you can improve upon coming into tonight to get the win against the Bulldogs?
Well, we've started to our kids have started to play a little bit more aggressive offensively. You don't want to have live ball turnovers. You don't want those things to happen. But along the way, you can't become complacent. You can't become afraid to attack them. They're going to speed us up. And so when they speed us up, we have to be able to handle that and not let them do it. It doesn't mean we don't ever go fast. We don't ever attack. Because if we never attack and they just keep blitzing us, then, if they blitz us and they trap us and they do it and we don't attack the basket when that happens, then no matter what, they're just going to keep doing it. And so last time we played them, we thought we did a really good job in the first quarter. Obviously we had a pretty big lead. They're pretty good, man. And they just kept coming and coming. And so we think our offensive complacency hurt us in the second half. And so we've tried to give the kids a little bit more freedom. We tell them all the time, with great freedom comes great responsibility. So, I'm excited to have an opportunity, to play against Coach Rogers. And I set it on our students do a little broadcast now too, and I set it on theirs. I don't know if this Sunday because of weather it'll happen or not, but there's lots of Sundays where Coach Church is sitting at Coach Chalice's parents' house having brunch together on Sunday. Now, we want to win a game. I care much, much more about the relationships and the interactions and everything else that we have with our kids and other teams. And, but again, what do I want to happen here in the next few minutes? An unbelievably competitive game where win, lose, or draw, that our kids and the Martinsburg kids compete as absolutely intensely as they can between the whistles, and when the whistles blow, and we're all on the same page.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks. Just lastly, I'd like to, we're going to do a little presentation to our captains are going to present, the Basie family with a check tonight from our boosters, and it happened in the game last time against us right at the end of the game. Talking to Coach Chalice, I noticed, Coach Basie was just, Marcellus was hurting. I could tell. And anyway, our intense rivalry, right? Everybody talks about it. They don't. People don't always see the things like our kids heard about it. I was still up there, making sure that whatever my role in it was, trying to help make sure, that it got taken care of. I go down to the locker room and, we're not feeling sorry for ourselves that we just lost to our rival in the last 2 minutes of a unbelievably intense game. Noah Brown. Sorry. Noah Brown, our team captain, is leading our kids in a prayer for Marcellus Basie. Sometimes a little bit more important than just winning the basketball game. So, anyway, sorry for getting choked up. Thoughts and prayers for Marcellus when the game starts. I don't want Coach Rogers or any of their other coaches or players to feel sorry for us. And even if I wanted them to, they wouldn't. Let's go have a basketball game and compete and do the best we can. And at the end of it, shake hands and go have brunch tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks again to Coach Church and Coach Rogers. the time. Our pregame interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll be close to tip-off. We'll get you starting lineups, keys to the game. Take a 2-minute break and be back. More EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age. If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Starting five is brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or go online at modernrealtyresults.com. For Martinsburg, usual starting five: Kyrie Bunny, Zion Eggman-Dua, Keyshawn Cheek, Garrett Height, and Anthony Owuno. On the Hedgesville side, Xavier Kirk, Landon Pence, Micah Bowers, Ethan Elliott, and Noah Brown. Excuse me, not Micah Bowers. It's Noble Miller.
Number Bowers 22. Instead of Elliott.
Yes, all over the place. But we'll take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with keys of the game and opening tip-off. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Valentine's Day has gone too far. This is Cody from Cody's Auto Body. I just saw a Valentine's Day card from your dog. Look, I love my dog, but who's going to the store and buying a card from their dog to give to someone? If you're that lonely, how about you go to happy hour at the bar like a normal person? Or just skip the card and call a therapist. Stay warm and stay safe on the roads. From Cody at Cody's Auto Body. Sing the jingle, boy.
It's Cody's with a T for trust.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome back inside Hedgesville High School. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com. Nick Ferzolini, your keys of the game for Martinsburg versus Hedgesville.
Well, I think for Hedgesville, it's kind of simple. You got to put the ball in the basket. They've had their issues scoring here in the EPAC. The good thing is they've kept these games close because of their defense, and their defense is still going to get after it here tonight. But, again, they're without T.D. Bodkins, so Noble Miller's going to have to step up, and some of these other guys are going to have to bring more scoring because outside of Noah Brown and Xavier Kirk, you don't really know what else to expect. And then on the Martinsburg side, I think they just got to try to up the tempo a little bit, play like how they did in that second half, force some turnovers, and they can possibly make this one not super close. So we'll see. But nice presentation there by Hedgesville. We've seen a lot of class recently regarding Coach Basie and everything going on with him. So Hedgesville did a nice thing there, and we saw that with Jefferson the other night, having the whole night dedicated to him and taking the donations as well. I didn't quite hear exactly what was going on, but I knew that Hedgesville.
Well, it looked like the captains for both sides shaking hands.
$1,000 donation made by Hedgesville High School. So very generous there of them, and that's great to see. Just the community overall coming together. We've seen a lot of that here in the Panhandle recently. So just, makes you happy to see. But anyway, get ready for tip-off here.
Opening tip brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. Zion Ajmandua and Noble Miller starting in place of the injured T.D. Bodkins for Hedgesville. In the center circle, the tip is won by Martinsburg. Ajmandua wins the battle. Keyshawn Sheik starts with the ball, gives it to Garrett Height on the right wing. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Cheek. Now it's Owuno on the left wing, guarded by Miller. Go back to Cheek on the right side. He's one-on-one with Landon Pence. He pulls up, long two, air ball.
Yeah, you don't really expect that from Keyshawn. I mean, he's been heating up recently with 20-point game after 20-point game to lead this offense. So definitely feeling his shot recently, but that one just completely off the mark.
Full court man-to-man from Martinsburg. Hedgesville gets it into the half court. Now they'll work the offense. Xavier Kirk around the left wing. They'll pass it back around the arc to the right side to Landon Pence. Now Miller has it up top. He'll pass the ball to Kirk, who now gives it to Brown on the right side. Now go back to the left. Micah Bowers looking, gives it up to Xavier Kirk on the left wing, guarded by Height. Now he'll go back to Miller up top. Working it all around the outside, looking for room to get it into the paint. And Bowers will drive from the left wing, tries to dump off a bounce pass to Pence, and it goes out of bounds.
That's the look you wanted, though. If you're Hedgesville, you had a cutting Pence, probably could have got a layup with a little bit of a better passer if he's able to haul in that pass. Not the worst pass, a little bit behind him. Missed opportunity there for the Eagles to possibly get on the board.
Garrett Height, right wing, drives inside, blocked by Miller. Defending the rim this start in place of Bodkins. Xavier Kirk pulls up from the right elbow, hits it off the backboard, no good. Here comes Martinsburg the other way. Keyshawn Cheek driving to the left side, goes past Landon Pence, who falls down. Not enough contact for a call either way. 2 points up and in for Keyshawn Cheek.
Yeah, if you don't pick up Keyshawn until he gets in the lane, he's going to make you look silly like he did there, and that's just not great defense from a team known for their great defense. You got to stop ball in transition especially.
2-0 Martinsburg. 6:07 left in the first quarter. Coming off the screen up top is Noah Brown. He dribbles inside one time, pull up from the free throw line for 2 points.
And that's the Noah Brown that we saw at the beginning of the year, very aggressive on the offensive end.
On the other side, Garrett Height shoots a three from the left side, no good, bounces around and then into the hands of Landon Pence. Hedgesville back with possession.
They're probably going to need, 15 to 20 points from Noah Brown tonight to have a chance against this Martinsburg team, especially the way the Bulldogs have been playing on the offensive end. So if he can get going early, that would be huge for Hedgesville.
Noble Miller gives a pass over to Pence. Now left wing, Xavier Kirk takes a three, and they'll say he was fouled on the shot after the miss by Garrett Height.
Dylan, want to give a shout out to one of our loyal listeners, class of 1969 in Martinsburg, and former cheerleader Mary Hayward. Shout out to her for tuning in, and also one of John Allerton's co-workers. So that's how we knew that she was a loyal listener.
How about that? Xavier Kirk makes the first free throw, puts Hedgesville up 3-2, 5:25 left in the first quarter. First quarter, which is brought to you in part by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com. Kirk misses the second of 3 free throws. Now he'll shoot for a third time. This time he puts it in. 2 for 3. Puts Hedgesville up 4-2. Keyshawn Cheek working fast. Drives and kicks to Kyrie Bunny on the left corner. Now gives it up to Zion Ajmandua. Back to Bunny, driving into the paint on the right side. Picks it up at the elbow, gives it over to Garrett Height at the wing. And now back out top to Keyshawn Cheek. Using a screen, splits the screen from Awuna. Drives inside, puts up a floater, no good. Rebounded by Xavier Kirk. Drove into a bunch of traffic there. Here comes Hedgesville. Noah Brown, big pass up to the left corner for Pence. Now two-man game between him and Miller. Puts up a shot from under the backboard, no good. Hits off the bottom. Bounces into the hands of Keyshawn Cheek. Working fast, right corner. It's Garrett Height. Brings it back out, passes the left wing to Bunny. And I'll go back to Height on the right wing. Ajmandua in the corner now. He's double-teamed. Give it back up to Height. And he'll dribble it out again. Gets it to Bunny up top. Using a screen, he drives, pulls up from the elbow, no good. Rebounded here is Noah Brown. 4:16 left in the first quarter. It's 4-2 Hedgesville. Noble Miller tries to get a pass inside to a cutting Micah Bowers, but it's tipped out of bounds by Martinsburg. Hedgesville gets the ball inbounds. It's Bowers. Now in the right wing, Landon Pence trying to find an open man. Man-to-man defense for Martinsburg. Gives it to Kirk. Driving inside from the left wing. Now to Miller. Gives it back up. Couldn't find room to operate this time. Ball works around the top of the key. Noah Brown to Bowers now. Going to try to drive against Ajmandua. No dice. Goes back to Brown. I'll go back to Bowers. Now going from right to left now. Xavier Kirk has it, driving, kicks. Can't get anything for Bowers, trying to pass it around again. Brown gave it up, got back. Hedgesville trying to get inside. Bowers drives again, and before putting up a shot that goes in, they're going to call Ajmandua for a foul on the floor. First foul on Ajmandua. 3:15 left in the quarter. Bowers will walk it out to the top with the Pence on the right wing. Now working it back around again. Left wing, it's Xavier Kirk. He's going to try to drive on Height. Can't find the room. Passes it in the middle to Noble Miller, and his shot is going to get stuck in between the backboard and the rim. That's a jump ball. Possession arrow was the way of Hedgesville. Pence inbounding, gets it inside to Miller. He tries to go up, and Keyshawn Cheek reaches in as Miller tried to go up for the shot. 2 free throws coming for Noble Miller. Senior Miller filling in for the senior Bodkins. And the senior heavy team for the Eagles. Miller misses the first free throw. 2:58 left in the quarter. Our other first quarter sponsor is Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Miller misses both free throws. Martinsburg gets the rebound. He'll come back down on offense. 5 out for the Bulldogs. Jayshawn Durding has checked in for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs in all black, orange and white trim. Here's a 3 from Garrett Height. It bounces around and then out. Rebounded by Hedgesville, who's in their white uniforms with the baby blue and yellow trim. Black trim around the outside as well. Bowers with the ball in the left corner against Durding, trying to find room to maneuver. He picks up his dribble in the mid-range, passes it out. Ball bounces around on the floor into the hands of Xavier Kirk. Now he'll try to drive, kick it to Pence, now to Bowers on the left block. And nothing doing. Pass it back around. Kirk drives, kicks, left corner. Bowers, 3, no good. Rebounded by Miller. He puts it back up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Pass it back out. 3-pointer, Xavier Kirk can't get the bounce. Almost another offensive board for Miller. But it bounces out to Anthony Awuna.
You got to get one of those to fall if you're Hedgesville. I mean, a lot of opportunities in this very low-scoring first quarter, but neither team really taking advantage of them.
Garrett Height trying to find room against Kirk. Tries to make a pass to Durding. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Height. Pence was the one who put the pressure on him to go get the ball. So it's out of bounds with 1:33 left in the first quarter. So we're on track for another low-scoring affair. Keyshawn Cheek gets a hand on the inbound pass, but it goes out. Inbound by Pence with the Bowers. The full court pressure picked back up by Martinsburg. Bowers double team, gets it up to Brown, who gets it across half court with the pass to Pence. Bowers and Brown passing it back and forth up top. Now Kirk, Bowers again. Miller at the top of the key. Hand off to Brown, coming off a screen, puts up a 3, banks it in. Noah Brown makes it 7-2 Hedgesville.
Wow. Lucky shot maybe there at the bank. Not always how you want it, but Brown, again, he's been a good scorer for this team. He's grown a lot, and that's a big 3 here early on. It gives Hedgesville a little bit of breathing room.
Awuna has the ball, left block, trying to get inside. They're going to say it's a double dribble.
Yeah, good defense there from the Eagles. I mean, their defense will keep them in any game for the most part. So
long pass down the court by Pence to Xavier Kirk. It would have been incomplete if it was football, but luckily the ball bounced and stayed in bounds. But then Kirk got a little too ambitious with the pass back to Brown, who was not yet across half court. His foot may have been in the air to step into the front court, but
yeah, frustrating if you're Hedgesville, because you had a good look down the court, but not the best pass to Kirk, and then Kirk with just a sloppy turnover. I don't know why he was necessarily trying to force that to Noah Brown, who was the trailer there.
Luna up top, gives it to Height coming off the screen. And speaking of screens, Height tries to run a pick and roll, and they're going to call an offensive foul, illegal screen on Kyrie Bunny.
Yeah, he kind of hooked the defender trying to break through the screen, so easy call for the officials. And makes that turnover for Hedgesville pretty pointless, because Martinsburg turns it right back over with the offensive foul.
20 seconds left in the quarter. Hedgesville with the ball and the 7-2 lead. Pence on the right wing will give it to Miller. 12 seconds left. Now Noah Brown is going to use a screen from Miller. Try to drive against Cheek. Kick out to Pence. Nothing doing. 5 seconds. Bowers has it up top. 3 seconds. Has to spin. drive, step back, throws up a wild shot. They're going to say he just barely missed getting it off in time.
Yeah, Penn's got to be a little bit more aggressive. He caught that one in the corner. He had an open look. I say shoot it. I mean, there's only a few seconds left. You're probably not going to get a better shot than that. So, got to be a little bit more aggressive there on the offensive end.
And after one quarter, 7-2, Hedgesville leads Martinsburg. We'll take a 60-second break and be back for the second quarter. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app.
Order number N58.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app.
Seven to 2. That's all the points we got in the first quarter. Hedgesville with the 5-point lead. Just one basket for Martinsburg. Pull up three from Keyshawn Cheek coming off a screen for the first possession of the second quarter is no good. And rebounded by the Eagles. Still the 5 starters out on the floor for Martinsburg. And the same doing for Hedgesville. Saw Jay-Sean Durden get some minutes off the bench. Xavier Kirk comes off a screen, catches and shoots the three. Hedgesville, 5 points each for Noah Brown and Xavier Kirk. That's their 10 to Martinsburg's 2. Kyrie Bunny gets it inside, coming off a screen is Height, rolling to the basket and getting 2 points. 10-4 now. Martinsburg able to set up their press. Get it into Bowers. Guarded by Ajmandua. Whole length of the floor. Gets it to Kirk. Double team comes. Kirk's able to dribble into the half court. Give it up to Bowers. Now passes left wing for Pence. Now they'll work around to the right side. Back to Kirk. He dribbles to the left side. Gives it up to the wing for Pence. Now back to Miller. And now on the right wing, it's Noah Brown. He passes out of a triple team. Gives it up to Miller. Is blocked by Awuna. Ball bounces around into the hands of Pence. Kicks it back out to Kirk. Now Brown over to Bowers and just give it back to the point guard and set up the offense. He's guarded by Ajmandua. Zone defense from Martinsburg now. Kirk passes to Noah Brown, left wing, three-pointer, rolls about 3/4 of the way down and then out. And Garrett Height and Bowers both get in for the rebound, and it's a jump ball.
Yeah, Noah Brown, banked in the three earlier, and then that one did everything but fall for him. Tough shot to not get there, but Hedgesville crashing the offensive glass a lot here early on and winning a lot of the battles for those, despite maybe having a little bit of a height disadvantage.
Noah Brown getting inside, stops at the right block, gives it up to Miller. He tries to go up for a shot, and it's tipped out of bounds. Out of his hands by Awuna.
And the thing is, Hedgesville may be down Bodkins, but they have a ton of seniors. Miller's a senior. These guys have been around this program for a long time. They believe in the culture, so you can never count them out, even if guys are down and out.
Bowers from the left corner drives, tries to make a bounce pass to Pence, but he can't find the target. It goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. John Alderton is our on-site producer. Kyler High behind the camera. And Alec Epperson back at the studio. 10-4, Hedgesville leads. Martinsburg, Keyshawn Cheek kick out for three from the right corner for Height. It's off the mark. We get a whistle as the ball's in the air. Looks like they're going to call Noble Miller for a loose ball foul. First foul of the contest on Hedgesville. She tries to get the ball inbounds. Back to Height. Might have been intended for Awuna. Gets the job done anyway. Darting back in the game for Ajmandua. Keyshawn Cheek pulls up from the free throw line. Can't get the jumper to fall. Rebounded by Miller. Noah Brown has it now. Going to set up some offense. Bunny tries to intercept the pass. Can't do it. Ends up switching the assignments. Bunny guards Brown. Ball's into the hands of Bowers, who's guarded by Dirting. Xavier Kirk off his screen. Passes to the right wing. Landon Pence, three-pointer, way off. Only hits the backboard and goes into the hands of Awuna. Cheek now. Guarded up top by Pence. Tries to drive into the lane. Able to draw a foul. Knifing through traffic. But Cheek with 2 points will go to the line. First foul on Pence. Second team foul of the quarter.
They're bringing Fairclough on here now. I mean, you like the shot, though, from Pence that he was at least confident to take that three, even though it didn't go the way you wanted.
And Cheek misses the first free throw.
Miller's going to go to the bench. Fairclough's going to come in.
Ajmandua's back in as Fairclough checks in. It'll be Awuna that goes to the bench, getting him some rest. Cheek misses both. 4:55 left in the second quarter. 10-4, Hedgesville. Low-scoring affair again. Eagles get it past the pressure into the front court. Micah Bowers up top. Get the screen from Kirk to the right wing, trying to make a pass. Picked up his dribble, gets the Fairclough.
Oh, he had him.
Missed a wide-open Pence, cut into the basket. But he does eventually get it up to Kirk. Still up top. Dribbling around, pulling up space is Kirk. Misses the three. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Here comes Cheek. Kicks it over to the right corner. Dirting. Three. Too strong. Rebounded, though, by Keyshawn Cheek and put back up and in.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Hedgesville's held Martinsburg down for as long as they have has been a little bit surprising to me.
10-6. Yeah, Landon Pence picked up his dribble, was going to make the pass, pulled it back, took 2 steps. 10-6, 3:53 left in the second quarter, which is brought to you in part by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly are serving the area since 1880.
I mean, it seemed like Martinsburg had figured out its offensive issues. They were starting to get some bench production. They're getting good scoring from Keyshawn Cheek and Garrett Height, but tonight Hedgesville's locked them down and kept
mid-range pull-up jumper from Bunny is no good. Levi Fairclough loses it. It goes into the hands of Cheek, who has an easy layup to make it 10-8.
Yeah, this might be kind of a tough matchup for Fairclough. He's given them some decent minutes this year, but
Braden Harrison's checking the game for Martinsburg and immediately picks up a foul, bumping into Xavier Kirk while applying the pressure in the backcourt.
He's got to make sure to secure the ball when he grabs the rebound and keep it high. Keyshawn Cheek and these Martinsburg guards are going to be poking at it all night, so that'll be key for Fairclough tonight.
Kirk tries to drive against Harrison, dumps it off to Brown, driving and met at the rim by Ajmandua, but Zion's called for the foul.
Yeah, Noah Brown's not afraid to go inside. He's not the biggest guy, but he'll get to the rim. He'll cause fouls. He'll cause problems for teams. So, but Martinsburg's back in this game. It's just a 2-point game.
That's 2 fouls on Ajmandua. Brown gets the first free throw to fall. 6 points for him. Second free throw. Bounces off the rim about 3 times, but no good. 11-8. 3:08 left in the second quarter. Keyshawn Cheek driving again, and hard foul by Levi Fairclough.
Keyshawn might just start to take this game over, and then if that becomes the case, how does Hedgesville like to defend? Because they've stuck to the man for the most part. Do they maybe try to pack it in and force Martinsburg to shoot jumpers? Go to a zone look. I don't know.
Cheek with another missed free throw, 0 for 3.
Yeah, that's been an inconsistency for Keyshawn throughout his career. Even though he's a 1,000-point scorer, free throws have not always been there.
And he can't get the roll in the second one either. 0 of 4 in those 2 trips to the line. 3 minutes left. Still 11-8. In this first half. Landon Pence driving around right side. Inside, tries to kick it back out. Deflected out of bounds by Awuna. Other second quarter sponsor, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons.
A little bit of chippiness here between Cheek and Bowers. Official smartly getting in there before it leads to anything serious. Both of them are kind of getting a little handsy.
Noah Brown gives it to Micah Bowers, right wing. And there's room to cut inside. They'll go back to the left side. It's Landon Pence. Picks up his dribble, looking for someone to give it up to. Cross-court pass to Bowers. He's guarded by Cheek. He will walk it back out to the top of the key. Braden Harrison with the pressure makes him pick up his dribble right near the half-court line. He gets rid of it, though, to Pence. And now Noah Brown calming things down. 2:18 left to go in the half. Kelly Church nails out the play from the sideline. Brown now guarded by Awuna. Gives up to Bowers. Now they'll try to get it inside to Faircloth. He's doubled immediately and passes the ball out of bounds, trying to kick it back out to Bowers.
Yeah, they had a matchup that I guess they liked there. Faircloth posted up against Keyshawn Cheek, but it was a good double team from Martinsburg, and that forced a turnover. So, I don't know. I feel like Hedgesville needs another shooter out there right now, maybe an Elliott.
Here's a shot from Bunny. No good off the left side. Rebounded by Faircloth. And it's going to be a loose ball foul against Martinsburg. Anthony Awuna picks up his first.
Because outside of Brown, Kirk's a little bit inconsistent from 3, so there's not really that established knockdown shooter, and I don't know if they necessarily have that, but Elliott has definitely proven at times to be a solid three-point guy. I'd maybe get him out there to put a little bit more pressure on that, but good pass here.
Down-court pass. Pence to Kirk. Layup. 2 points are good.
Yeah, if you get X going to the rim, he's one of the toughest players to defend in the EPAC. So if they can create more for him to get those kind of looks, could be a big night for Kirk. And again, Hedgesville's in the lead still.
Keyshawn Cheek, three-pointer, wild off the backboard, no good. 13-8, Hedgesville leads. 1:44 left in the quarter. The clock has stopped. No one's really realized it looks like. Ball's still bouncing around on the floor. Diving out of bounds for it is Levi Faircloth. It was couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, great hustle, though. You got to love that. Kirk dumped it down to Faircloth, and he had an open look, but unfortunately he couldn't get the layup to go. But again, Kirk going to the rim is going to set up good things for the Eagles.
Clock was frozen for a solid 5 to 10 seconds there, but it's back up and running now. There's a minute 30 left in the second quarter. Garrett Height has the ball in the right corner. Gets it to Cheek on the wing. He drives inside. Floater, no good. Offensive foul.
That's the second on Keyshawn for whatever it's worth. Only a minute 21 to go before halftime.
All of Martinsburg's
I'm a little surprised
rotation.
they got that one, to be honest, because it didn't look like much contact. But
Faircloth
Faircloth was there. He got to the right positioning. I just don't think Keyshawn has enough strength to knock him over, but I don't know.
6 different players with a foul from Martinsburg.
They're going to send Cheek to the bench, too, so.
Only a minute 21 until halftime.
Yeah, but who scores now for Martinsburg? Who's that scoring threat?
Hedgesville gets the ball.
If they get a ball back. Hedgesville could hold it for the final minute. We know they're capable of that.
107 left. They're trying to find room to get it to Faircloth. Not able to do it. Bowers dribbling from the left side to the right. Right wing now picks up his dribble. Tried to get it to Faircloth, but good defense from Bunny and Height to pressure Bowers and deny the entry pass to Faircloth. Turnover with 57 seconds left in the second quarter. But you're right, Nick, only 2 points from the non-Keyshawn Cheek division of Martinsburg so far. There's Garrett Height. Bunny in the mid-range, dribbling, trying to go around Levi Faircloth. They're going to call Faircloth for a push.
I think that's his second, so Miller will come and get him. Young's coming on as well, so trying to match the Martinsburg speed right now, even though there's only 42 seconds left before halftime. That is only the fourth team foul, so you're not shooting yet.
Yep,
which is
4
good
on each team.
Hedgesville.
For the quarter. 40 seconds left until halftime. Kyrie Bunny driving up top against Kirk, loses control of it. Ball's on the floor. Gavin Young has it. And it looks like
timeout
from the players, I think. Timeout is called as Hedgesville got the turnover with 30.3 seconds left in the half. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back for more EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. .3 seconds until halftime. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg 13-8 second quarter. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. John Alderton is our on-site producer. Kyler High behind the camera on TV 10. And Alec Epperson back at the studio. It's been tough going for both teams to score points. Obviously, just look at the score right before the half. 13-8.
Yeah, it's advantage Hedgesville right now because they want that low-scoring type of game typically.
Here comes a trap on Noah Brown. He's got to cross half court. Gives it up to Kirk. 15 seconds left. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was deflected away by Harrison, who was playing good defense on Kirk. 15 seconds even. See what Hedgesville can do. Give it up to Kirk. Three-pointer. Left side. And it sinks. 10 points for Xavier Kirk. Makes it 16-8. 2 seconds left. Kick out by Harrison. Dirting. Three. Can't get the bounce. Hedgesville will run into the locker room with a 16-8 halftime lead. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the halftime show. EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
WVU Medicine announces the expansion of its robotic-assisted surgery program with the addition of the Da Vinci 5 surgical system at Berkeley Medical Center. The Da Vinci 5 introduces over 150 advanced enhancements designed to optimize surgeon autonomy, patient safety, and care team efficiency. The Da Vinci 5 enables smoother, more precise movements for WVU Medicine's board-certified surgeons and improves patient recovery times. Visit wvumedicine.org/Berkeley to learn more.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
halftime show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Nick, 16-8 here at halftime. Martinsburg and Hedgesville. I think it's safe to say that we get more scoring at halftime out of the football game between these two teams. So, I mean, it's not unlike last game where neither team got to 40 points. They might outdo themselves in terms of low scoring in this one.
Yeah, we'd have more points at halftime if it was a football game, but it'd be all on the Martinsburg side.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
But, yeah, Hedgesville's doing a tremendous job, though. I mean, on the defensive end, yeah, they only have 16 offensive points, but, I mean, considering T.D. Bodkins is out, he's their best scorer in terms of size, strength, and ability to shoot from all parts of the floor. Honestly, I've been pretty impressed with Hedgesville, even though the offense isn't blowing you away. Their defense has been very good. And it seemed like heading into this game, like Martinsburg had figured it out. It was like, okay, their starting five can score. We know that. They got 5 really quality players. But what's their bench going to do? And it's like, well, they've got Jayshon Durding to heat up a little bit, and Braden Harrison, while he's not a scorer, gives them a great defense so they can keep these guys a little bit fresher. And then tonight it's like outside of Keyshawn Cheek, nobody is putting the ball in the basket. Garrett Height and Kyrie Bunny haven't really been a factor. Zion and Iwuna have been out there, but, again, they haven't really been shooting or scoring at all. So it's been a weird game for Martinsburg because I really felt like it had figured the offense out. Their half-court offense was looking a lot better. They were shooting well from 3. And then tonight they come in here and it's just not clicking. So we'll see if they can turn it around in the second half. I don't expect Martinsburg to only score 8 in the second half, so Hedgesville's going to have to, also have a little bit more firepower in that second half offensively. But in terms of how the game's going right now, I mean, Eagles are playing pretty well. They've had a lot of turnovers, but they haven't been live ball turnovers, so that's good. But they got to cut down on those and get a few more opportunities. On the Martinsburg end, it's like it's just been kind of a weird game. It really doesn't feel like somebody just made a halftime full court or half court 3, which is cool. But yeah, in terms, maybe they need to sign up for the basketball team if they can shoot like that. I don't know.
Yeah, someone needs to make shots tonight.
Yeah, but in terms of, I guess, what else we can expect here in the second half from these teams. I mean, Hedgesville, if they can continue to grind it out on the defensive end, and Martinsburg's got to see more aggressiveness, I feel like, from their other guys outside of Keyshawn. And it's a lot of ball watching to see what he's going to do instead of let me go create some shots or get open or whatever the case may be.
All right, with that, let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll come back with first half stats. EPAC Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Women facing complex gynecologic conditions now have expanded access to world-class surgical care in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center has opened a new minimally invasive gynecologic surgery clinic in Martinsburg, offering the latest advances in the surgical management of a wide variety of conditions. WVU Medicine Minimally Invasive Gynecologic Surgery is now accepting new patients. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 304-596-2149.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Our first half stats are brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, including a brand new pop-up location in the Valley Mall. You don't need much time for this. There's only been 4 players to score points in this game, 2 for each side. Martinsburg, 6 points from Keyshawn Cheek, 2 from Garrett Height. Hedgesville, 10 points from Xavier Kirk, and 6 from Noah Brown. And that's your 16-8 score at the half. We'll take one last 2-minute break. We'll come back with the second half. EPAC Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
6 seconds and counting until the halftime timer runs down and the buzzer will sound. And here comes the third quarter here from Hedgesville. Martinsburg 8, Hedgesville 16. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. John Alderton, our on-site producer. Kyler High behind the camera. And Alec Epperson back in the studio.
Interesting first half, but again, last time these two teams played, even though the score was a little bit higher at halftime, Hedgesville had a 7-point lead. They got an 8-point lead right now, and second half, that lead was gone pretty quickly, and Hedgesville just couldn't score at all in the second half. So, see if things play out similarly, or if the Eagles can hold on to this lead and pull off a big upset here at home against Martinsburg.
Pass by Awuna after driving inside. Tried to kick it back out to Keyshawn Cheek. Too far over his head. Went through his hands and into the backcourt for a backcourt violation. .7:48 in the third quarter. Hedgesville gets their first possession. Trying to extend their 16-8 lead. Noah Brown works around the top of the key against Zion Ajmandua. Go to the right wing, Micah Bowers. Noble Miller. Now left side. Xavier Kirk has it. Give it up to Landon Pence. It's a screen from Miller, guarded by Bunny. They'll get it over to Noah Brown. Still trying to move in their way inside the three-point line. Xavier Kirk, left side, going to drive. Bounce pass, Landon Pence. Up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Anthony Awuna. Bulldogs come the other way. Cross-court pass by Cheek to Bunny. Now Ajimandua has it. I'll give it up to Cheek. Top of the key, uses the screen from Zion. The double comes for him. He passes it away. Awuna now on the right wing. Coming off the screen is Garrett Height. He pump fakes, drives, kicks to Bunny, who's going to drive inside. Puts up a tough 12-footer, no good. Rebounded by Xavier Kirk.
If I'm Hedgesville, even though it's only the third quarter, I might just go into only layup offense. Because Martinsburg, if you can limit these possessions, they're down 8. They've only scored 8 first half points. I see no reason to force anything, at least if I'm the Eagles.
I'm with you, Nick. Ball gets inside to Noble Miller. Puts one up. No good. Too strong off the glass. Another rebound for the Bulldogs. Keyshawn Cheek brings it up. Working against Pence. Drives inside. Puts up a shot. Another offensive foul.
Thought they called blocking.
Or no.
Yeah,
excuse me there.
Foul. So give the
thought he would point the other way, but he was just making the motion to count the basket. That is an and one for Keyshawn Cheek. Gives him 8 points. Gives Martinsburg 10 points.
Because it does feel the moment Martinsburg snaps out of this cold streak, the game might be over, and it might just be all Bulldogs from that point forward. So
could be. Cheek makes the free throw, 16-11. Trap in the backcourt. Noah Brown has to get rid of it. Kirk passes it across the timeline. Now Hedgesville can work the offense. 5:45 left in the third quarter. Bowers tries to find Miller. Gets away, but Pence is able to go after it and get it. They'll get it back to Noah Brown. Now it's Pence to the left wing for Bowers. Standing, throws it over to Miller. Top of the key. Dribble handoff to Noah Brown. Trying to find a way to cut inside. Can't do it. Gives up to Bowers. Now Pence, left wing, driving against Bunny. Pass over to Brown. Goes up with a shot. I think he might have lost control of the ball as he went up. Went off of the hand of Anthony Awuna and out of bounds.
I thought maybe Height got a hand on it. Hard to tell from here, though.
Awuna sits down.
Yeah, Garrett Height got a block there, it looks like. So.
All right. Hedgesville keeps possession. Dirting's into the game for Awuna. Xavier Kirk, left wing, drives, kicks out to Pence. Now back around to Bowers. Noah Brown, left wing. 3, too strong. Zion Ajimandua skies for the rebound. Under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Ajimandua's called for a travel as soon as he caught the ball.
And Hedgesville just burned a minute 30 on that last possession. So if they can kind of keep that up, shorten the game. They obviously are going to have to put it in the basket, you think at some point, but they can win this one real ugly, 30-22. Maybe even lower than that. Who knows?
I'll already go ahead and say I think we can once again compare the score of this one to the Sunday's Super Bowl as Hedgesville gets inside and Miller puts up 2.
Yeah, that's the look you want. Wide open pretty much for Miller there under the basket. So
4:25 left in the quarter. First player outside of Brown or Kirk to score for Hedgesville.
On the Martinsburg side, they got to try to pick up the tempo, but obviously they don't want to force any bad shots.
Keyshawn Cheek, Euro step, gets the ball to bounce off the rim once or twice and roll in. He's got 5 points in the quarter. And he's got 11 for the game. 18-13. Pass up the court to Gavin Young. Goes to a layup up the court. Fouled by Ajimandua.
Yeah, you like that again from Young, going hard to the rim. Got to convert these free throws, obviously, but good pass up the court from Hedgesville. They look a little bit calmer here in the second half, not turning it over as much so far. So the question will be, how can Martinsburg start to flip some of this momentum? But Young can't make that free throw there.
And this is the first. Gavin Young, senior, started off his high school career at Berkeley Springs. Got some minutes at varsity as a freshman. We're transferring over to Hedgesville. Both free throws are missed by Gavin Young. So score stays 18-13.
Yeah, both shots were too flat. You got to get more arc on those.
Cheek for three. Too short. Ball tips around into the hands of Kyrie Bunny. He'll give it up to Height. Now Cheek drives inside and misses a layup. Gets his own rebound. Goes up again. Ball comes out of his hands. They'll say it's a clean block. Hedgesville now ends up with the ball. Pass by Kirk, almost stolen by Bunny. Pence ends up with it, kicks it over to Young. Left-handed layup is good. 20-13, Hedgesville leads.
Well, Gavin Young with some really good hustle plays on those two possessions.
Cheek driving inside, goes up for a shot, gets fouled.
Yeah, Keyshawn tried to draw a foul earlier, but Miller, they said, got all ball. And then there, Noah Brown tried to poke it away. They end up going. Coach Church is saying he never shot, but I thought he was kind of going for a shot. I know it didn't necessarily look like it.
It's like second foul on Xavier Kirk. Second team foul a quarter. Keyshawn Cheek misses the first free throw. Third quarter on TV10, brought to you in part by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution. Call 304-263-3361. Cheek 0 for 2 at the line again. 1 for 8 on the game, I believe.
Yeah, been a tough game for him from the free throw line.
Brown got to get it across half court, and he's not going to be able to. Kept it for 10 seconds, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, Martinsburg, their press can be very tough. They have a lot of length, and they make it difficult to find the passing lanes, and that's part of the reason why Hedgesville struggled so much on the offensive end is Martinsburg's defense is pretty good too.
Ball inside to Awuno, who's back in the game. Fade away over Miller, no good. Miller ends up with the board. 2:48 left in third quarter. 20-13 Hedgesville. Full court pressure again from Martinsburg. This time they get it across half court. Trap comes for Kirk now. Back to Brown. One-on-one, guarded by Height.
And Martinsburg's trying a little bit of everything. Traps, whatever it takes to try to speed up the pace of this game.
Gavin Young drives, bounce pass to Pence, now over to Miller. Nice extra pass, and Noble Miller is able to score. 4 points in the quarter, 22-13 Hedgesville.
But the thing with the trap is it's kind of opened up more opportunities for Hedgesville.
Keyshawn Cheek inside, and one against Miller.
I don't know how Keyshawn really made that one. It was a very difficult layup. But can he convert here from the line where he's had his struggles? They're going to bring Harrison on. And they're going to try to bring Amsler on. We haven't really seen him a lot. He's not in his normal 15, but I believe that's Amsler.
I believe you're right. He's wearing number 23 tonight. Cheek misses another free throw. Ball bounces around, but Hedgesville does end up with the rebound. I believe 1 of 9 is Keyshawn Cheek at the free throw line. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Nathan Pence has the ball, picks up his dribble after being guarded by Amsler. Give it over to Brown, left wing. Now Gavin Young at the top of the key. Back to Brown, guarded tightly by Cheek. Now they'll switch off, does Martinsburg. Get the ball to Kirk. Now Young, left wing. Looks like a foul on the floor against Braden Harrison. Second foul on Harrison. Second team foul of the quarter.
So it looks like Coach Rogers is just trying to get some sort of spark with going into his bench. The starters just haven't had it today. Outside of Keyshawn, and obviously you got to keep some of them out there. They're
driving to the hole is Pence. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Awuna. Xavier Kirk pressure almost gets to Anthony Awuna, but he'll pick it up. Throws a wild pass into the right corner for Height. Now Martinsburg's able to slow down the offense. 1:10 left in the quarter. Height drives, bumps up against Brown, Double teamed by Young. Can't quite get the ball away from him. Get it to Harrison. Now inside to Amsler. Too strong. Put back. Rebound. And one for Anthony Awuna. They're going to call Noah Brown for the foul on the putback. That's the first. 2 points for Awuna. 22-17 is the score with 59.2 seconds left in the third quarter, which is brought to you in part by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealership. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Yeah, I don't know if in that Jefferson game if Height was dealing with an injury or if it was illness, whatever it was, but he just doesn't quite look like himself here tonight, so he now goes to the bench. Myers comes in, and Awuna makes the free throw.
Free throw was good. Tipped by Cheek. It looked like Noah Brown was pretty close to touching it. They're going to say he didn't.
No, I don't think he did, but overall in this third quarter, Martinsburg has looked a lot better offensively. They've already scored more points in the quarter than they had in the first half.
Yep.
And it's still just a 4-point game, so Hedgesville hasn't been able to quite pull away despite some better offense from them as well.
Noah Brown crosses the timeline. 45 seconds left in the third quarter. 22-18 Eagles. Xavier Kirk to Gavin Young. Noah Brown, right wing.
Harrison guarding Miller. Well, now they switch off of it. So that was good defense. Harrison was able to keep him out of the paint. You would have liked that matchup if you're Hedgesville.
Hedgesville winding clock. 21 seconds left in the quarter. Xavier Kirk, right side, guarded by Amsler. Give it up to Young. 15 seconds left. Guarded by Harrison. Trying to find room to maneuver. Can't. 10 seconds left. Young gets it to Kirk with 7 on the clock. Gets a screen from Miller with 4 seconds. Driving inside on Awuna. Kick out. Pass. Pence. Brown. 3. No good. And that was as the buzzer sounded. So we did get some more scoring. Martinsburg wins the quarter 10-6, but they still trail by 4, 22-18. Hedgesville has the lead. We'll take a 1-minute break and go to the fourth quarter here with EPAC Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
8 minutes to go from Hedgesville. 22-18. The Eagles lead the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Bill Bishop and Nick Ferzlini with you on the call. John Alderton on-site producer. Tyler High behind the camera. Alec Epperson back at the studio. Hedgesville starts the possession. With the ball around the outside. Up by 4. Xavier Kirk driving, kicking from the left side. Past the Pence, who tried to get it to Young. Ball was knocked out of bounds on the pass attempt by Cheek.
I think here, Kirk, no disrespect to Amsler or anything, but he's a sophomore. You haven't really seen a whole lot of him this season. I'm trying to, get to the rim against him and see if I can get him to foul me. When you have that kind of matchup, Xavier Kirk, he's a great athlete. Now Garrett Height's on him, so a little bit more of the matchup you would expect.
Braden Harrison gets called for a foul on his physical defense guarding Noah Brown. His third foul on Harrison. Keyshawn Cheek has 13 of the Martinsburg's 18 points. And we're going to get another foul on Harrison as the ball was inbounded into the backcourt to Brown. There was a jump ball. Harrison knocked into Brown. So that's 4 on Harrison.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it's the right call, but both guys going for the basketball, so always
incidental contact.
Yeah, always tough to get that call, but it is
correctly called.
Correct, especially when it's your 4th foul.
And Miller tried to get the pass in the backcourt to Kirk, who was getting face guarded by Bunny. Miller just threw the ball out of bounds.
Maybe there's moments on the bench for guys like Bunny and Zion Igmandoa. Maybe that can be what they need to get going.
Baseline out of bounds play to Awuna, who puts the ball in and is fouled.
Yeah, Hedgesville's in trouble now. I mean, Martinsburg's gotten it down to a 2-point game.
Yep. Here come the Bulldogs. 5 points in the second half for Anthony Awuna. 7 points in the second half for Keyshawn Cheek. And that outdoes the 6 total points since halftime for Hedgesville.
Yeah, Awuna's getting fouled a lot too. So, well, really everybody for Hedgesville.
Missed free throw, but Amsler comes down with it, misses the layup. Rebounded by Awuna, though. Shot blocked. Amsler again. Another missed rebound into the hands and out of the hands of Faircloth. Back into the hands of Kyrie Bunny. Gets it to Cheek, who shoots a long 2 to give Martinsburg the 1-point lead. 23-22. The away crowd coming to life here in Hedgesville. Coming the other way. Ball bounces around. Pass to the left block for Gavin Young, who gives the Eagles the lead right back.
Levi Faircloth activated his point guard skills. That was a heck of a pass from Faircloth. Coach Church wanted a timeout after the make. He didn't get it, so he was frustrated with that. But Eagles back in the lead.
24-23 Hedgesville. 6:32 left to go. Keyshawn Cheek driving, kicking to the corner. Amsler for 3. Too short. He's going to get his own rebound. Immediately kick it to Cheek. 3 from the wing, and he knocks it down. Timeout Martinsburg as they retake a 2-point lead with 6:21 left to go. Keyshawn Cheek heating up in the second half. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Good job.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
21 left in the game here from from Hedgesville. 2-point lead for Martinsburg. Now after the 3-pointer from Keyshawn Cheek in this fourth quarter, brought to you in part by the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com.
Keyshawn Cheek, man, he might be the best player in the state of West Virginia. I know we've given that to Caleb Thomas, and he definitely has earned it, but Keyshawn is, he
maybe the best pure scorer, if nothing else.
He's very good, yeah. Caleb does more overall, you could say. Caleb's also 6'7", so that helps. But, I mean, Keyshawn is
the Martinsburg full court.
He's a baller,
press.
that's for sure.
Martinsburg's pressure full court caused Micah Bowers to go right across half court, pick up his dribble, and then step back into the backcourt. Turnover, ball back to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that, again, some silly turnovers. They had those in the first half, especially out of a timeout. Very frustrating if you're Hedgesville.
Sheik trying to take over. Step back 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Anthony Awuna, though. Gets to the Garrett Height. 3. Left corner, and he sinks it. First 3-pointer of the game for Garrett Height for his first points since the first quarter.
It's almost like he hasn't been out there, but when you needed him most, makes it a 5-point lead.
Gavin Young getting out of control. Ball passed around for Hedgesville. Ends up with Landon Pence at the right block, and he's fouled as he goes up for the layup.
These are crucial free throws. I mean, especially the way this game's gone, especially for Hedgesville just all season where they haven't had much offense. A 5-point lead with 5 minutes left feels huge in this kind of game. So if Pence can't knock these down, it could be trouble for the Eagles. Like I said, I felt like if Martinsburg starts to heat up, Hedgesville could fall apart. Pets can't make that free throw. Martinsburg's heated up too. Garrett Height nails the three. Of course, a few moments earlier, Keyshawn Cheek just cold-blooded, bringing his team back. So could be trouble here. You need this one at least.
Still, just like the first half, only points from two different players for Hedgesville, and it'll stay the same after the second missed free throw. The difference is, in the first half, it was your two best players getting points. It was 10 from Xavier Kirk and 6 from Noah Brown. In the second half so far, it's been 4 points from Gavin Young off the bench and 4 for Noble Miller off the, starting in place of T.D. Bodkins.
Yeah, Brown and Kirk, again, they haven't been super aggressive. I don't even know if Kirk shot in the second half, or at least hasn't shot much. And Brown's taken a couple of threes, but hasn't really gotten much at the rim.
Martinsburg working the ball around the outside. 5:10 left to go in the game. Kyrie Bunny gives it up to Cheek, guarded by Noah Brown. Height on the right wing. Dribbles over to the top of the key. Dribble handoff over to Amsler. Gives it up to Anthony Owuna, who will dribble the ball out and reset as he's guarded by Faircloth. Back to Cheek.
And now Martinsburg can go into the Hedgesville slowdown offense because there's no reason for them to shoot it really, especially against a team that hasn't scored very well this season.
Garrett Height, here comes a trap. He'll get it over to Cheek, and the two of them will pass it back and forth. Now driving past Brown is Cheek. Tries to pass it. Offensive foul. Charge drawn by Levi Faircloth.
He's been good at getting those tonight for the most part. I know he didn't get one earlier as a block called earlier for, I think, an and one. But he's gotten 2 out of the 3 against Keyshawn Cheek tonight, who, as we also know, is usually pretty good at getting charges.
Third foul on Keyshawn Cheek. Kirk driving in. Dumps it off with the right block for Landon Pence. Scores his first 2 points, and Kelly Church calls timeout. 4:12 to go. 29-26 lead for Martinsburg. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more EPAC basketball and talk radio WRNR and TV 10.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows. Whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Panhandle Dumpsters. Sign up with Panhandle today at panhandledumpsters.com. Use promo code TV10 to get your first month free. 29-26 Hedgesville trails Martinsburg as the Bulldogs offense has come alive here in the second half. 13 points for Keyshawn Cheek in the second half. 19 on the game.
Yeah, he's had a tough night from the line, too, so if he was able to make his free throws a little bit more consistently, this game might be over, honestly. But, I mean, Keyshawn still, though, when you needed him most, he came through. It's not his best 19, but it's been still very good, obviously.
4 minutes to go. Cheek is double teamed. Almost a jump ball forced by Brown. They get rid of the ball. Pass is stolen by Gavin Young. Puts up a shot, and it's in. Gavin Young makes it a 1-point game. 6 points in the second half for Young. 29-28 Martinsburg.
We haven't seen a lot of him, but he's been big in this game here tonight. Gavin Young providing a nice spark.
Garrett Height, left corner. Here comes a trap. Gets the ball out. Cheek, now Bunny has it. Half-court trap defense from Hedgesville, trying to force turnovers. Cheek to Bunny. Owuna on the right wing. Back to Bunny. Trying to find an opening is the Bulldogs. Here comes Cheek driving inside, knifing through. Foul, and one. Block called on Gavin Young.
Yeah, I don't know what Young was trying. I mean, I know what he was trying to do, but from where he was positioned, he wasn't going to get that call. You're much better off trying to go straight up, or if you're going to be in a foul position, foul hard and don't. I mean, I obviously don't try to injure anybody or anything like that, but go for the ball. But make it so it's not an easy layup. And honestly, he made it easier on Keyshawn, and then also gave him an and one. So not a great play there. You'd like to see him getting better positioning or just go straight up or anything would have been better than trying to flop and get a charge call.
Gavin Young, dump off to Noble Miller. Can't get the ball in. Rebound ends up in the hands of Cheek. .22 points for Keyshawn Cheek. Timeout called again by Coach Rogers. 2:44 to go. Let's take another break, 30 seconds. Be back with EPAC Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
In the market for a new vehicle?
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier.
28 late in the fourth quarter here at Hedgesville. It was 16-8 Hedgesville at the half. The Martinsburg offense has found its rhythm, mostly from Keyshawn Cheek. 16 of his 22 points coming in the second half.
Yeah, again, when he gets going, he's very tough to stop. We know that one of the best players in the state, at least at 4A, and he's fun to watch, obviously, and he's been huge for this team here tonight and leading them back in this game. Still 2:44 left, though, so Hedgesville still has a shot. Again, they haven't been great offensively, but Martinsburg's had their fair share of issues, too. If you can just try to prevent Keyshawn from getting the ball, maybe you have a chance to get some stops and come back.
Martinsburg embedded in the backcourt. Keyshawn Cheek ended up with it, driving, dumping it off to Awuna, who puts it up and in. He's got 7 points all in the second half, and Martinsburg has a 6-point lead, biggest of the night.
Yeah, they tried to kind of deny him, but he just blew by everybody. So Awuna made a great play, too. Give credit to him for being in the right spot at the right time. He's been good tonight as well.
Landon Pence tries. Bounce pass, but Miller is deflected by Martinsburg and out of bounds.
I mean, Awuna, we've already seen it. He can thrive in that kind of position with one of his guards going to the rim and setting him up.
Inbound to Miller. Left-handed layup is good. 34-30. An immediate timeout from Coach Church.
At the very least, earned a role for this team long-term. I don't know what T.D. Bodkin's long-term status will be. Hopefully he's going to be back soon because Hedgesville really needs him, but Miller's definitely earned a spot in the rotation, I'd say.
Full timeout taken by Coach Church. We'll take a 30-second break during the 60-second timeout. EPAC Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Timeout. Hedgesville still trailing by 4 after the basket. 34-30. 2:10 left in the game. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. John Alderton is our on-site producer. Kyler High is behind the camera on TV 10. And Alec Epperson is back at the studio.
Yeah, both coaches are definitely trying to use those timeouts in these crucial situations. Get their teams ready for the best position here. It looks like, based off of what we've seen, this is kind of being the best 5 for each team. So we'll see who's able to be better in these final 2 minutes.
Martinsburg breaks the full court trap, ends up with Anthony Awuna taking a shot at the basket off a nice pass by Garrett Height, and he's fouled by Xavier Kirk. Going to make him earn it at the free throw line.
Yeah, 3rd on X, so somewhat notable here. I mean, there's only 2 minutes left, but we'll see if it plays a factor.
Awuna can't hit the first, so ends up a good foul for Hedgesville. Only player with 4 fouls right now is Braden Harrison. Keyshawn Cheek has 3. Xavier Kirk has 3. And everyone else has 2 or less. Awuna able to make the second free throw. Put Martinsburg up by 5. 2:02 to go. No full court pressure for Martinsburg this time, but they will have Keyshawn Cheek meet Noah Brown right at half court. Xavier Kirk has the ball. Still zone defense from Martinsburg. Gavin Young drives, and he is fouled by Anthony Awuna. Awuna didn't like the call, but it did seem like there was some contact. Gavin Young will go to the line.
Yeah, see if Young this time at the line can convert and get a little bit more arc on that shot.
That's the 5th foul of the quarter on Martinsburg, so free throws the rest of the way for Hedgesville. Young was 0 for 2 on his last trip to the line. He can't hit the front end of this 2 shots.
Yeah, a little bit better that time in terms of his arc rate. Just maybe a little bit more. I mean, it's a little bit flat right now.
Second shot does fall. Make it 35-31. Bulldogs with the ball and a 4-point lead. Garrett Height has it in the front court. Drops the ball off to a cutting Anthony Awuna. That's been the main course of offense for the Bulldogs in the last few possessions. Make it 10 second half points for Awuna and a 6-point lead for Martinsburg.
Yeah, Hedgesville's gone to a little bit of pressure.
Long 3 from Kirk. Can't find it. Rebounded, though, by Landon Pence. Hedgesville having to press now to find some offense. 1 minute 13 left. We're down by 6. Time is running out. 65 seconds left in this one. Noah Brown, pull up 3. Can't hit it. Ball bounces a long way into the hands of Amsler. And as he made the pass, Dave Rogers calls the timeout. Now, we'll keep it here through this timeout.
Yeah, at this point, Hedgesville does have to keep their pressure up. But what I was going to say is that it feels like since Hedgesville has tried to pick the pace up, they've really struggled to get back on defense, and Martinsburg's beat their pressure pretty easily, and that's when their offense started to pick it up. So down by 6 here, you're obviously going to have to pressure to try to force a turnover and then eventually foul. But it does seem like maybe Hedgesville went to that a little too early, because while they're getting more possessions and getting more opportunities, they're also struggling to defend Martinsburg underneath because they're just finding the holes in the defense. So kind of was the difference here, Anthony Awuna and the bigs for the Bulldogs down the stretch.
Yeah, the offense of Martinsburg has been the difference. Hedgesville scored 16 points in the first half. They've scored 15 points here in the second half. But the difference is Martinsburg only had 8 to their name at halftime, and they have 29 points since coming back out of the locker room.
Yeah, like I said at halftime, I would have been shocked if Martinsburg only scored 8 again in the second half. So it was going to be essential for Hedgesville to limit the second half possessions, because, to be honest, they just haven't been able to be a high-powered offensive team this year. They got the score right around where they want it, but they didn't have enough offense, it looks like, ultimately to pull this one out. But, hey, you never know. 6-point game. Maybe you get hot here late and steal one at the end. But going to have to foul here pretty quickly. Don't want to foul Height.
He has the ball. Gets it across half court. Trap comes.
Might want to foul.
Give it up to Bunny. Now Awuna. Back to Height. 45 seconds left. Give it to Cheek. No foul yet from Hedgesville. They have one to give.
Now, yeah.
And there it is on Bunny by Gavin Young. 38.8 seconds left.
Since he had one to give, unless somebody was in foul trouble, you might as well have fouled earlier. That wasn't really just to save as much time as possible. And now you're going to try to get the turnover off the inbound.
3 fouls on Gavin Young. Martinsburg gets the ball in. Keyshawn Cheek has it. Another foul on Young. Or excuse me, they're going to call that foul on Noah Brown, actually.
Yeah, only his second, so no big deal here down the stretch. But Keyshawn's kind of struggled from the line, so not a bad guy to foul, honestly, in this game.
He makes that one, though.
Yeah.
Announcer's jinx coming through again.
I mean, you knew eventually he would probably turn it around.
Right.
He's been able to shoot well from the outside.
Yep, there's the second one. That's his first 2-for-2 trip to the line so far.
Sometimes when you're a shooter and you're struggling to make free throws, it's all about just seeing the ball go in. And down the stretch, he made some big threes, so I'm not surprised that he stepped up and made the clutch ones. But
39-31.
The stats tonight tell you it wasn't a bad option.
30 seconds left. And yes, if you're keeping track, Martinsburg has 31 points in the second half. Hedgesville has 31 for the game. Make it 33 as Landon Pence makes the bucket and is fouled.
Yeah, that's something you can't do if you're Martinsburg. You cannot allow any points with the clock stopped in this kind of situation where you're holding on to the lead down the stretch. So, 6-point game. Pence, if he can make the free throw, can make it a 5-point game. Only 23 seconds, but, I mean, you never know.
Shot from Pence. Bounces out into the hands of Kyrie Bunny. Now he gets it up to height. He'll move up the floor. Fouled by Landon Pence. Send him to the line.
Yeah, at this point, you can't really be picky with who you're fouling because you only got 19 seconds left. And also who is fouling. So that's only the second, though, on Pence. Height, I mean, he hasn't been super active in the offense, so maybe you can get some misses if you're Hedgesville here. We'll see.
Height with just 5 points on the game, but he hit a big 3 in the second half. Height makes the first free throw.
He's a good shooter, and for whatever reason, he's been a little off. He missed the Jefferson game. Don't know if it was illness, injury, whatever the case may be, but they didn't have him last time around, and he hasn't quite looked like himself. But he made a huge three-pointer and knocked down both those free throws. So game's pretty much over now at this point unless you make a 3 here.
Yep, 13 seconds left. Hedgesville trails by 8. Noah Brown throws up a wild three-pointer, misses, but it's rebounded by Noble Miller and put back in to make it 41-35 with 9 seconds left. Noble Miller with 8 points all in the second half.
Yeah, he's definitely been solid. He gives you some good height off the bench. I think, again, I would think he's going to earn some playing time even when the center spot gets a little bit more consistent with Bodkin's back. But thought Brown maybe got fouled on the 3, but no call, and you still get 2 out of it, I guess, so not the end of the world.
It's a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. It's EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Valentine's Day has gone too far. This is Cody from Cody's Auto Body. I just saw a Valentine's Day card from your dog. Look, I love my dog, but who's going to the store and buying a card from their dog to give to someone? If you're that lonely, how about you go to happy hour at the bar like a normal person? Or just skip the card and call a therapist. Stay warm and stay safe on the roads. From Cody at Cody's Auto Body. Sing the jingle, boy.
It's Cody's with a T for trust.
Just about time to run out the clock here. Martinsburg win looks inevitable. 41-35, they lead. Final 9 seconds.
Yeah, it does look like Martinsburg's going to pull this one out despite trailing for a lot of the game and Hedgesville holding them to just 8 first-half points. But we'll see if anything crazy happens.
Get the ball inbounds, Keyshawn Cheek. Martinsburg ran the sort of football play off the baseline. Only 0.6 of a second ran off the clock. As of right now, the two teams have combined for exactly 1 more point than they scored in the first matchup, 39-36. See if Keyshawn Cheek can make that number a little higher with these 2 free throws.
That's the thing. Like Hedgesville, you look at their overall EPAC record, and what happened
the first
on the court. You take the forfeit away. It hasn't been a great EPAC year for the Eagles, but they're in every game for the most part. Even the Spring Mills game, you do have the positive holding them to 49. So
2 for 2 goes Cheek. 20-point second half for Keyshawn Cheek. 5 seconds left. Hedgesville trails by 8. Noah Brown throws up one last shot, and then actually they're going to say he was fouled right before the clock ran out. Let's see if they even want to shoot these. I guess they will. They have to. It did seem like the whistle blew before the buzzer sounded.
Yeah, I guess you should shoot them here, but they don't mean anything. So
it looks like they're going to wave it off.
Yeah, well, there's no scenario with the time that was left where even if Hedgesville intentionally misses or anything like that, they can win the game or tie the game. So they just wave it off, which is fair enough.
43-35 is the final score. Martinsburg pulls off the win here at Hedgesville. The teams combine for 75 points in their first matchup, and they combine for 78 here in the second one. That will take a 2-minute break and be back with the post-game show. EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Do you have someone in a nursing home, or are you worried about somebody you love going into a nursing home? The law firm of Daniel Staggers can protect your assets. Call the law firm of Daniel Staggers today at 304-267-3915. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm does elder care law, estate planning, and special needs trusts for disabled children and family members. Visit the Daniel Staggers Law Firm for your initial free consultation at 133 East John Street in Martinsburg. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm, when you need asset protection for you or for a family member.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Post-game show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. The full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. 43-35, Martinsburg gets the come-from-behind victory as they were down 16-8 to Hedgesville at halftime. And they were able to get a big explosion of points from Keyshawn Cheek. 26 points, 20 of them in the second half for the Bulldogs to get the victory. They moved to 2-0 against Hedgesville on the year.
Yeah, I think that's, 5 straight games for Keyshawn of 20-plus, so at least during this nice streak here for Martinsburg. And even though the rest of the guys, didn't have their best scoring nights, they did find some more depth, I think. You saw some good things from Amsler, the sophomore, who we haven't seen a whole lot from. He gave them some good defense, some good hustle. We know that Durting and Harrison have given them some bench depth throughout the season, so they're starting to find that a little bit for Martinsburg. Obviously, you would have liked more from the offense in terms of the other guys around Keyshawn in that first half especially, but they found a way to put it together in the second half and come back and win this game. Hedgesville they're just a team that you'll never count out any given night, but they got to figure out some more offensive consistency to probably have a shot to win anything come playoff time. But they're so close that, give them a shot, obviously. And, hey, ultimately tonight, too, like, you were in this game. You only lost by, was it 6, 7? So 8. So, maybe you have T.D. Bodkins, things go a little bit differently, and you could possibly pull it out. So I think there's positives on both sides, but Martinsburg second half, the team that we expected them to be, and that's now twice where Hedgesville had a lead at halftime against this team and had a chance to win, but couldn't close it out. That's kind of been the theme of the season for the Eagles. So we'll see. I mean, they'll get better. They're a very well-coached team. Both teams are well-coached, obviously, and we'll see how the rest of the season goes. But overall, good win for Martinsburg. You found a way, and anytime you find a way against a Hedgesville team, you can definitely feel good about it.
We'll get into our post-game stats brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys. Visit BurkeandSchultz.com. We play hardball for Hedgesville. 10 points leads the way from Xavier Kirk. 6 points from Noah Brown. That's what they had at halftime. No points for either in the second half. Those were the only two that scored for the Eagles in the first half, and they are shut out in quarters 3 and 4. They did, however, get 8 points from Noble Miller, 7 from Gavin Young, and Landon Pence with 4 all in the second half to give the Eagles 35 points on the night. And for Martinsburg, they only had 3 players in the scoring column in this 8-point win. Keyshawn Cheek with 26, Anthony Awuna with 10, and Garrett Height with 7. And Awuna had not scored in the first half. All 10 of his came in the second half. 20 of the 26 from Cheek came in the second half. And 5 from Garrett Height. So that's 35 points in the second half for Martinsburg and 35 on the entire game for Hedgesville.
It wasn't pretty for the Bulldogs tonight. You definitely have seen better scoring from Kyrie Bunnies, Ian Igmandoa, but those guys just weren't really flowing. Garrett Height, again, he might have been sick or injured or coming off of something, so he wasn't really on his offensive game, but hey, Keyshawn can carry the team, and he carried them tonight for sure. Awuna can open up some things underneath and get going, and that's what kind of allowed him to score his points. So kind of a crazy game, but good win still for Martinsburg ultimately. And Keyshawn Cheek, probably the best scorer in the area, so I don't know if anybody has an answer for him.
I think it's safe to say that our WVU Medicine player of the game, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center's leading healthcare here and everywhere, is Keyshawn Cheek.
Yeah, I mean, not really a debate, right? When you need him most, too, he made the free throws down the stretch. He made some crucial threes as well, so it's Keyshawn. He was pretty much the whole Bulldog offense tonight, but it was good enough to get a win, so got to be a player of the game. Even if they lose, it might have been Keyshawn Cheek.
Yeah, honestly. The leading scorer for Hedgesville was 10 points.
Yeah.
So,
which I'm not that kind of guy, I don't give out the Chuck Howley, the MVP of the losing team, but
the Jerry West.
Yeah, Jerry West got it too.
Yeah. Martinsburg only needed 10 points from not Keyshawn Cheek to win this one. They ended up getting 17. 10 from Awuna and 7 from Height. So that'll do it here from Hedgesville High School. For Alec Epperson back at the studio, Kyler High behind the camera, John Alderton, our on-site producer, Nick Verzolini next to me. I'm Dylan Bishop saying so long. Hope you have a great rest of your Friday night. This is EPAC Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.